If any country wants to learn how to cash in on this advantage, then I give you Bangladesh. From being termed a basket case to securing second position as the largest textile exporter of the world and making the Made in Bangladesh tag a household brand is no small feat. It all started in 1974 when US and European Union through the multi-fiber agreement restricted textile imports from developing countries like China, India and Pakistan in an effort to protect their own textile industry. Bangladesh at that time was just formed and was classified a poor nation by US, so it did not come under the ambit of the agreement. This turned out to be a great advantage for the country. The country's textile exports increased from $3.8 million in 1983 to $31.2 billion in 2017, which is a staggering 810,000% growth in just 34 years. The agreement expired in 1995 and US classified Bangladesh as a least developed country. This classification turned out to be even more profitable and they grabbed the opportunity with both hands. How? Well, Bangladesh did not have to pay any duty on their exports. So what happens is that their clothes get more cheaper for developed countries, which in turn means buying more clothes from them. And just like that, majority of the clothes get a Made in Bangladesh tag, making the garment industry growth at more than 15% annually. Bangladesh is emerging. It has a dynamic, fast-growing market with an average annual GDP growth of 6.4% between 2016 and 2021 and is competing against India, Indonesia and Philippines and has performed significantly better than the global average GDP of 2.9%. The country's GDP per capita was $2,800 in 2022 and at its current growth rate, Bangladesh is on track to become a developed country by 2031. The country is now home to more than 2,500 startups, with about 200 being added each year and has attracted over $880 million in funding over the last decade. About 90% of these investments are coming from outside of the country. It has created more than 1.5 million jobs, with a sizable chunk to women. Bangladesh's extremely active domestic consumer market accounts for nearly 70% of their entire GDP and is rapidly expanding. So what does all of this mean for the country? Well, according to United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, FDI inflows to Bangladesh, primarily from multinationals, rose by nearly 13% to $2.9 billion in 2021, and they stay the same in 2022, even when recession worries were being felt across the globe. The textile industry of Bangladesh is more than 500 years old, and today it's worth more than $20 billion, of which 80% is earned by exporting goods, and hence is ranked second largest apparel exporter in the world. Bangladesh exports have already crossed $38.57 billion from July 2022 to June 2023. Manufacturing a shirt in USA costs about $7. If the same shirt is made in India, then it costs 50 cents. And in Bangladesh, the same shirt costs about 22 cents, less than half of that of India's price. Due to a low demand of locally manufactured clothes, Bangladesh exports most of their textiles. On average, a Bangladeshi garment worker produces 19 to 20 garments in a shift, which is much higher to their competitors in the region. Bangladeshi companies can complete an order in 50 days, which is quicker than their larger competitors in the region. Bangladesh has a very big labor pool, and they have made an optimum garment export infrastructure. The country's mobile cellular subscriptions has increased by more than 1,700% since 2008, making it the 9th largest mobile market globally. In addition, the percentage of population covered by internet services has increased from 1% to 90% over the same period. Bangladesh is currently classified as a least developed country, which is why it receives preferential trade treatment from developed world. However, Bangladesh is expected to graduate from their current status in 2025. This means that Bangladesh exports will face higher tariffs in developed countries, and this could lead to an increase in the cost of Made in Bangladesh tag. Bangladesh relies heavily on imports of raw materials from China, which makes this industry much more vulnerable to global price fluctuations. They will very soon need to come up with some solution for raw material imports, as otherwise it may lose the advantage they currently have over others globally.